Hi, I'm Julie. Welcome back to Mobility Week. So, what are we talking about with mobility? We're talking about whether or not we can get a joint to move in its full range of motion. Now, if you've looked that up online, every joint has a number of degrees in which it should be able to move without affecting the body parts next to it or recruiting another joint to get to a particular point. And that's nice in theory, but for most of us, it doesn't quite work out that way. So we have something in our mind which is our mobility, and then we have something in our body which is mobility, and they don't equal each other. And quite often that is, we have a reduced range of motion. Quite often what happens with back pain is we're moving something, and as you've seen, that will carry on into the spine to make up for a lack of movement, and over time that can cause a bit of discomfort in the back as well, or it can be worse and exacerbate any injuries that are already there, like slip discs, compressed nerves, that sort of thing. So this week's about acknowledging that and learning how to control that, but also learning moves that we can have in our hip and shoulder joints particularly that will slowly improve the range of motion back to how it should be. For those of you who are hypermobile, it's the opposite. It's controlling the movement so it works within the proper range of motion, so it doesn't start pinching and things and cause an injury in itself. So let's get moving. Feet hip width and parallel on these legs. We're going to start off with hip circles. So we did this on day one, bringing the knee in and down and out and back. And what I want you to think about is not moving the pelvis, not rocking the other leg as you were doing this. Now it's a loaded position and it's bringing weight out to the side. So there's going to be quite a big compulsion to roll that pelvis with it. And you might also feel in your ribcage that it's tipping down to the floor. So what I want you to do is stabilize the entire body and allow that hip to move itself. So you probably figured out you need your glutes, your bum engaged in this motion as well. And then we're going to change direction of it. And one more. And bring that down, let's come to the other side. So mobilizing the floor of the hip, bring it down and in, middle of the body, then out, and we're controlling against any other movement to allow that hip to work within a proper range of rotation, particularly up here at the body. Now, some of you might be feeling the pelvis tucking up. Stabilize the pelvis down, stabilize the body down, everything press down as you're doing this movement. Yeah, the last one. Change direction. One more. And let's bring that down. Make sure you're still keeping to that. Your rib cage is down, and we're bringing the arms overhead, keeping the ribs down so that it doesn't alter the shape of the spine through the shoulders. Let's use gravity to try and stretch out front
And use our body, the strength of our body, to keep everything else nice and stable and not moving. So just attack the two big culprits, the shoulders in forward flexion and the hips in flexion and extension on how it can affect the back. And today is really about moving against gravity and keeping the spine straight. And that's what we'll be doing for the rest of the week. Now these are movements that are also stretches, some of these movements, but they're active stretches. We're using eccentric release, so the muscles are contracting as they lengthen. So they're active, they're not passive, which is going to be better for strengthening the muscles and controlling against unwanted movement. And then you're going to come into kneeling. So, high kneeling position. I want you to bring one leg forward, and it's going to be a bit of an obtuse angle. So what we want to do is bring that knee in alignment with the toes, and then lengthen through the front of the hips, and then back. So we're really pushing down through the heel, stretching underneath as well, and then pushing back. See if you can do it in balance, bring the arms out to the side. Now when your core is working, your lateral legs are working, sideways motion as well as you come in and out of the stretch. Now, always moving, never leave the stretch. We like this to be passive, particularly if you're tight at the front, tight through the knees. You could do some damage. Heavily loaded with all of your body weight. And one more. Push back. And you bring that knee forward. And step down. So, slight angle forward with the knee, arms out, and push in, and back. Stretching out the front of the leg, and keep the body stable. Use that stretch through the pelvis, make sure it doesn't come into the lower back as you extend through. And one more. Where have we done? Have we really attacked these too much? And stretch it out a little bit. And then I'm going to get you to come onto your backs again on the mat. So let's roll on. Now I want you to bring your legs one long and one, then a knee forward. And come into your curl up, so you've got some abdominal support there. Bring your arms, bring your hands behind the leg, and you're going to straighten and bend. So, back is curved, tailbone is down, straighten that leg. What I want you to prioritise is making sure that this pelvis doesn't tuck up. And you can see whether or not it's happening because the back of the knees will be on the ground. Things will be nice and flat, so use that as your guide. If you're starting here, that's fine. Slowly we want you to lengthen through there, get more range in your hips for whatever reason, so that that pelvis isn't tucking as you come into that full range of movement. So, straighten and down. Straighten and down. And one more. And just come out of the curl up just for a second. And then bring that up. Now, with the curl up, naturally, the pelvis will want to pull forward. So we're controlling against that, and we're actually using the gravity of, we're actually using the weight of the leg to keep that pelvis down, as well as lengthening through the back of the leg. So this also creates a bit of control with the stomach muscles, telling that it doesn't have to move the pelvis underneath when it's working. So that's a double whammy for your mobility. And let's bring there. So one of the exercises we've been doing from the very start is cobra. And again, this is a very good mobility one for the front of the thighs. Inhale to come up. As you're pushing up, I want you to extend through the front here. Make sure there's a bit of a stretch in there. But it's also quite good for relaxing through the shoulders when they're under tension. So let's concentrate on keeping the neck and the shoulders nice and relaxed as you press out with the arms. And that will help, particularly if you come around, lengthen and release some of the muscles. And come back down. So there we have it. We're starting to really get into mobility. Mobility is really about moving things in the full range, almost like a stretch motion, but remaining active so that those muscles are lengthening when they're under load and actually doing something. We can do that, we can lengthen those muscles when they're under load. Then when you're actually moving during the natural course of your day, they're not going to impact your back because you're more used to stabilising the body as you're making those movements. We're going to be carrying on with this for the rest of the week. Now we have the theory, let's build on that and keep going with the exercises that gradually build up and improve the mobility, particularly in the shoulders and around the hips. Thank you, bye.